It's easy to just become a cultural Buddhist or, some kind of join a Buddhist group and become Tibetan Buddhist or Theravadan Buddhist or Zen Buddhist, and just recondition your sense of yourself with those perceptions, where the actual Dhamma is in this natural awakened consciousness that we can experience within the restriction of these forms, these human bodies that we have to be patient with and live with. So this year also, the Amaravati is it's a very nice place to live. I enjoy being here, and so there's been a kind of year of fulfillment for me, a sense of well-being and a lot of joy in my Buddhist monastic life. This is the result of living and using and developing, cultivating. So this also brings this sense of gratitude. So I have enormous gratitude, or in Pali, gatanyu, gataveti. Now this is a heartfelt experience, gratitude. You can't make yourself grateful, even though you might like the ideal of it. You like to be grateful, but it's not, you can't force it. It's not on an egotistical level that you feel grateful. It's through reflecting on the goodness that's been offered to me, on the generosity like today, the goodness of this day, the generosity that coming from His Majesty the King of Thailand, from Dhamma and Amara, and all of you who helped, who offered, who support, who encouraged. Now this is very much, something that brings this sense of gratitude. And this is a very beautiful foundation for awareness. As long as one is ungrateful, then you always, there's always part of you that, when I first started meditating, I wasn't very grateful for anything. I just was, get out of my way, I'm busy meditating feeling. I don't have time for you, and I'm meditating. And I was always trying to get samadhi and jhanas, and so I, felt everybody was an obstruction to me. Because, and then if I could start feeling, getting calming down, then somebody'd say something or do something or disrupt me in some way. And so the frustration, like Ajahn Chah was brilliant at frustrating me endlessly. I used to feel so angry with him sometimes because he seemed like, here I'm trying to get enlightened and he's always interrupting me. And then I began to get the point. And then when the reflecting on the life of, being an alms mendicant, depending. Now our life depends on goodness from others, just for basic survival necessities, food, shelter, clothing, medicine. So, and then in the samanasanya level, when you're developing what they call samanasanya, or there's reflecting on the point of being a samana, or an alms mendicant, you're always reflecting on this, that the generosity that's supported by the goodness, the generosity of others. After a while, you begin to recognize this, that you're not taking it for granted, or thinking that I deserve this, or you should support me, or anything like this. But it's a recognition of the generosity, because this Amaravati has been a place where there's been incredible generosity generated. People here, over the 22 years of this monastery, it's all supported on generosity. on the generousness of human individuals. And so this, of course, is a sense of gratitude, a sense of real appreciation, and for the opportunity to live here in this country as a Buddhist monk without being persecuted or despised. Even last May, believe it or not, last May I was invited to Buckingham Palace by the Queen. I've never expected to. It was since it was her 80th birthday, another one, 80. This is a very auspicious year, isn't it? And she was doing things, like from expressing her own appreciation in many ways, giving receptions, greeting people. And so this was a reception for people living in Britain who are over 60, who work for the welfare of the society. And I was invited in this category. Now that's very wonderful, isn't it? To be appreciated by Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth. I would never expect her to even know anything about this. She's not Buddhist, or doesn't seem interested anyway. But obviously she's informed, and so the sense of being a Buddhist monk in Britain it seems like I belong here. Buddhism belongs here. It's no longer just a kind of Asian religion that people happen to believe in that come here, or some kind of exotic thing. It is a real sense of integrating it into society, like all the other, like Islam and Hinduism, the other religions. So at this time there is so much kind of goodness generated to Amaravati, to Chitturs, to Buddhist monasteries in Thailand itself. I just came back 2 days ago. I was in Thailand. I live a very busy life. And I went to the Katina in Harnham, Ajahn Sumedho's monastery in the north, and then the next day I had to go to Thailand, have these eye treatments there. But then there also, the generosity toward, of course, Wat Bapong now, Lun Por Charles Monastery, is it's got electricity, it's quite posh actually. Wat Nanachat, I established Wat Nanachat back in 1975, and it's just a charnel ground, a haunted forest. It was a common land, and it's considered a place of ghosts, where they buried, Thai custom is that if you die a violent or sudden death, you can't be cremated for a year, so they bury you. And this, Wat Nanachat, is where they used to bury. And so it had a some kind of ghostly reputation. Well, now Wat Nanachat's very, seen it just from living under a tree. Now it's got, very well supported, very highly regarded monastery in Thailand. Now this comes all from generosity of people, the goodness of human individuals and their generosity. So today I just want to emphasize this, for you yourselves, to not dwell just on the negative side or the fears and worries or the faults you find with yourself or that, but begin to appreciate who you are, the opportunities of having a teaching like the Lord Buddha's teaching, of living in a place where you're free to develop your religious, spiritual life, to have the intelligence and the opportunity of this human birth to understand and to be free from delusion. So I'll stop here, and again this has been the most marvelous day, and I hope all my best wishes and for your happiness and for your awakeness and freedom from all suffering.